impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with McDaniels. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Conley against Holiday. Outside Edwards. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Here's the 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Pass to Brown. Here's Porzingis. Back to Brown. Edwards against White. From the arc. Traps in the tray.
Boy, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Randle with the bucket.
Taking it himself, Randle changes who he is when the jumper goes in.
White looking around. Tatum dishes to Brown. Tatum on the wing. He's defended by Randle. Just 4 to shoot. And that one's good. Tatum.
Oh, great patience from Tatum there, not allowing the shot clock to rush him while he finds his spot.
Edwards kicks to Randle. Back to Edwards. Randle with a screen for Edwards. Shoots over White. And yep, a couple bounces and it falls.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Brown outside. For the 3. It's hauled in by Edwards. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Randle kicks to Edwards. From deep. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Porzingis finds Tatum. It's stolen by Randle. And then Randle slams it in.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randle got a lot of both.
Outside Holiday. Good work defensively by Conley. Minnesota in the lead. Count that one. And the Celtics with possession here. Outside Tatum. The 3 ball. Bangs home the trifecta. Tatum's got 5 points so far.
You got to D up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
And here's Edwards from the arc. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, then he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. A miss that time would have put him up. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Edwards is good for 3. 5 points in the game.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
Here's White. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And that does it for the first quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. They've got Reed, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Edwards in at the two-guard spot. These Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them. The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Einard's checked in. On defense, the Timberwolves. 4-point game. And Edwards slams it in.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And, fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Reed. Here's Alexander-Walker. Hasn't made one yet. To the middle. Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. 4 on the shot clock. Here's the triple. Rebounded by the Celtics. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Misses from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Reed misses.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point line.
Stolen by Reed. Edwards looking it over. Edwards cashing in from outside. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Timberwolves?
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
Here's Alexander-Walker. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll.
And here's Tatum for 3. Tipped away.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Reed misses. Celtics trail by 5. From deep three-point land. Oh, Tatum from way outside. Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Another miss by Minnesota.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
From past the arc. Einard pulls it in.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Out to Edwards. Launches it. Rebound Boston.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
For 3, knocks down the 3 ball. Edwards got 8 here in the quarter.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Fires the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Tatum down low. Edwards there. Just really left alone that time. Pritchard's got 6 points.
Jason Tatum scores, but also creates for his teammates, a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Here's Edwards. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Timberwolves lead by 2. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together.
Gobert's length is intimidating, which is why defenders often resort to fouling.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Tatum's got a nice jump shot. When he's in rhythm, you feel like he's going to make it every time he shoots it.
Randall passes to McDaniels. Randall, a screen on Tatum. A nice shot by McDaniel. McDaniel's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And White kicks to Holiday. Tatum way outside. Tatum with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 6. Randall dishes to Edwards. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Pass to Brown. Plays it up and banks it in. Brown's got his first points of the game.
Strong and explosive Jaylen Brown is a tough matchup in the painted area.
Edwards with it. He's picked up by White. Edwards can't hit.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Conley with it. Porzingis with the steal. It's Brown on the wing. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Edwards. Edwards got rebound number 5 here tonight. From deep 3-point territory, the Timberwolves again can't hit. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Trailing by 4. Brown wide open. He's fired. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Here's Porzingis, and he lays it straight in.
Well, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
Edwards against White. Jacks up a 3. And Boston with the rebound. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Tatum. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And here's Edwards from the arc. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Boston trailing. White wide open. He fires. Sinks the triple. White's got 6.
White that time feeling the separation, was able to shoot that shot with rhythm.
Gobert the pass to Edwards. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That's on Jaylen Brown. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Reed kicks to Edwards. Back to Reed. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Hits it from 3-point range. DiVincenzo's got his first 3 points of the game. Here's Pritchard. And we've reached the end of the third. The Timberwolves on top, up 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Nas Reed out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Garza in at center. From downtown. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in this game. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Reed buries it from 3-point range. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Yeah, you know, the defense just hasn't been able to keep up with them in this one. The transition game, as a result of good defense, has been very strong.
Clock is at 3. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back. Pass to Pritchard. And here is Tatum. There's Tatum's range on display.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
There's the pass to Reed. This one for 3. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Tatum wide open, he fires one. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. There's the 3. The rebound by the Celtics.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
A shot by Pritchard, no good. Minnesota's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Reed finds Edwards. Edwards drawing the double team. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. Now here's DiVincenzo. Second shot opportunity. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. No problems knocking that one down. Alexander Walker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's the unselfishness you like to see in a guard. DiVincenzo keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Shireman can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. And it falls over the rim and in. And now a 3-point Minnesota lead.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
And here's Tatum for 3. Garza pulls it in. The Timberwolves have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. We're of 9.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Horford the pass to Pritchard. A 3. Pass to Hauser from deep three-point land. Again, the miss by the Celtics. So it's the Timberwolves now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And Tatum has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
27 seconds left in the fourth. Conley finds Edwards. Conley with the screen on White. And here's Edwards from the arc. Porzingis with the rebound. And the Celtics with possession here. Misses the 3. Brown the pass to Holiday. From outside the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. No good. And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They break the... All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
missing a valued contributor. That can be a challenge. Now we'll see how they overcome it.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And for Boston, Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. Oh, got that one up quick. And Grant, having a lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
Now here's Hartenstein. Outside, Williams. The 3 is up. Boston pulls it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Porzingis finds White. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. White can't hit.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
Back to Williams. A deep 3. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Second chance effort. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates, a very heady passer for a big man.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Brown with it, guarded now by Williams. The kick out to White. Shot clock at 5. Over Dort. Again, the miss by Boston.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Now here's Dort. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. Williams, a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams with the fadeaway.
Well, to me, that's the wingspan of Jaylen Brown bothering shooters. This guy gets right in their space and throws them off balance.
Tatum can't hit. Here's Oklahoma City now. They've gone on an 8-0 run. The 3 from Holmgren. Rebound Boston.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Now here's Holiday. Boston, no good that time either. And out of bounds, Boston will have it. Now Horford's checked in for Jason Tatum. Wallace, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Outside Holiday. Hits the trifecta.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Thunder leading by 5. Wallace outside. Outside, Williams. Puts up a 3. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks. Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
White against Dort. And White hits from deep.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Pass to Holmgren. Dort, a screen on Horford. And that one's good. Holmgren.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here's Holiday. There's the three. The shot that time, not on target. Good D by Wallace. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Celtics trail by 8. Brown inside. Dort defending. Horford for three. Hartenstein pulls it in. Outside, Williams. And stolen by Holiday. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the three. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And here's Caruso outside. Tatum pulls it in. Celtics trail by 5. Craig with a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Caruso outside. Launches it. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Left side Tatum. Screen by Horford. Takes the three. Williams grabs the board.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Boston's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game. The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave him all alone at the arc.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Tatum! Money from deep!
Boy, that jumper is as pure as it gets. Jason Tatum off a pass from his teammate makes easy work of it.
Pass to Wallace. Williams, a screen on Tatum. Lets the three fly. This is his 4th shot of the night. Still hasn't hit one yet. Celtics trail by 8. Hauser passes to Pritchard. Screen by Horford. Out to Craig. 4-3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a three.
Coach likes that look. And Gilgeous-Alexander from the corner.
There's Tatum with the three. And that's his 3rd bucket in 8 attempts.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Here's Caruso. The kick out to Williams. Wiggins passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Puts one up from 19. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Pass to Pritchard. Back to Craig. Now here's Tatum. Puts up a deep three. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. 3-pointer. Wallace misses.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Tatum, good.
Jason Tatum is capable of explosive nights offensively. If you're the defense, you better lock in right now.
And there's a pick from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander missed it. 3 for 6 now. Celtics trail by 5. And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Craig passes to Tatum. Fires the 3. Kept alive. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Out to the right wing. "30 seconds left in the first half. Count that bucket."
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
And Tatum buries it from long distance. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Caruso outside. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. From deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Oklahoma City closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. We'll be right back after this word.
And get ready for the fan half-court jump.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And you know, Jason Tatum, he's been really making it happen, guys.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. Celtics trail by 7. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Ali. Tatum, a screen on Holmgren. Holiday from long range. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. In transition, here they come. The shot by Dort, no good. For Boston, they've gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Brown passes to Porzingis. Yes! Kristaps showing some range.
Boy, don't let Porzingis get cooking from three-point territory. He is a sweet shooting big man.
From deep, Holmgren. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Well, he tries to enter with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Brown, a screen on Holmgren. Tatum with it. Hartenstein covering. Tatum passes to White. Fires for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Williams has got 9.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. Back to Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. The kick out to White. From behind the arc. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Holmgren with it. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
And it's Holmgren missing.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Tatum, a screen on Hartenstein. Porzingis for three. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. He's got 6.
How about Porzingis? You can play him as the roll man, or in this instance, use him as the ball handler. How hard is that to deal with?
Knocks down the long J.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back. He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams from long range. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Beyond the arc. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Boston, no good that time either. And it's Thunder's ball. 9 points in a row, a good run going. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Caruso, he's checked in for Holmgren. Pass to Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Caruso. Outside, Williams. Three-pointer off the mark. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Left side, Tatum. Back to Pritchard. What if it goes? And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Jalen Williams making things. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. They've got Luke Cornett, Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Jang. Oklahoma City gets it back. Wallace outside. Let's go with a 3. On target from range. And the Thunder lead by 13.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
2 open that time. Made it look easy. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Another shot. Cornett with the bucket.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
On the wing, Tatum, hounded by Wiggins. Launches a 3, and it's Tatum missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Taken away. Here's Cornett. The 3, pure from 3-point range.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. Here's Tatum. And too long on the shot. Oklahoma City leading by 9. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
They set the screen to the inside. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Shireman. Three-pointer, no good. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. From deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Shireman. Pass to Pritchard. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. The offensive rebound. To the left wing. Here's Hauser. Back to Cornet. And stolen by Caruso. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That won't go. Making him 6 for 12 from the floor now. Here's Pritchard. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's stolen. Here's Cornet. And a miss there on the triple. Oklahoma City leading by 12. And here's Caruso outside. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Celtics shooting poorly. Just 29% from the floor in this game.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Thunder.
They looked to run anytime they could.
They set the tone with their pace. Their transition game was excellent.
We've come to expect big-time games from him. Just another day at the office for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded closely. Pass to Jang. Stolen by Caruso. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander touched it last.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And here's Tatum. It's Oklahoma City winning this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks.
matchup here tonight. Two of the NBA's best teams with some of the best players.
And it's bound to be a fun one, right? There is elite talent on the floor. In this kind of a powerhouse matchup, both teams are looking to make a statement.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Now here's Randall. Misses the three.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Williams for three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Edwards, no good.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
A second chance effort, and it's Dort getting it to go.
Such a gutsy competitor. Dort crashing the boards and looking unafraid to get physical.
Three-pointer, Randall. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. Hartenstein with the screen on McDaniel. Trains the three-pointer. And it's 6 points for Williams.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Out to Conley. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now after the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley up top. Back to Edwards. Fires the three.
Already set the summer league record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. Wallace is checked in for the Thunder. 1:46 left to play here in the first. It's tipped. And here they come. Pass to Hartenstein. Shoots over Alexander Walker. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Timberwolves trail by 3 to the inside. And Randall throws it down.
And how about the combination of power, skill, and balance? Randall gets it done above the rim on that one.
Now, here's McDaniels. Here's Alexander Walker. Nailed from three-point land. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And Williams throws it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Launches a three. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Got a piece of it. Alexander Walker with the ball. Dort covering. McDaniels passes to Alexander Walker. Back to McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Over to the wing. Randall with a screen for McDaniel. Lock at 6. Back to Randall. Inside. Gobert. Takes a 3. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in.
And good luck keeping Gobert off the boards. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Wallace kicks to Holmgren. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen for the Thunder. He notched. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Miller is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Reed. And it's Edwards in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. Minnesota making a switch. Garza's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 3. It's stolen by Edwards. Edwards at full speed.
You gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Garza gets the bucket. Garza's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And the wide open shot from Reed. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. It's good from long range.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Edwards. What a sweet jam by Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires for 3. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And finished off by McDaniel.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now, here's Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Has to Gobert. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
Edwards against Dort. The three. They get it back. Back to Conley. Dort against Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Caruso's checked in. Thunder trailing by 3. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Michael Conley picks one up. For Oklahoma City, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Randall a screen on Williams. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Over in the corner, Williams. Good if it goes. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. Into the locker room. We're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Minnesota on top, up 1. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
So for Oklahoma City right now, the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Connects from three-point range. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
Pass to McDaniels. Williams with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous-Alexander all alone. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Here's Gobert. 8 points for him. 6 to shoot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. They get it back. Pass to Holmgren. Williams with a clean look. He nails it, and we're tied up. Williams has got 13 points.
And running offense through Holmgren, great court awareness and really unselfish.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Holmgren, the kick out to Williams. And the Thunder, another 3.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes that.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
To the left wing. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Hartenstein. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 7th rebound here tonight. 1:31 left in the third. Puts it up from 17. Holmgren with the steal. Edwards brings the double team. The wide open look here for Hartenstein. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Timberwolves trail. Here's Gobert. Hook it off the crossover. He's got 13.
And this is where you want Gobert to have the ball.
The Thunder have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Here's Hartenstein. Outside, Dort. Good on the triple. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And the defense has to bring more fire than we're seeing. Gobert just fighting through all of it.
Some changes for Minnesota. Clark, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Isaiah Joe. Timberwolves have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half. And he gets the bucket.
And man, Gobert is on a tear right now. Keep going to the hot hand.
Williams kicks to Wiggins. The kick out to Williams. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. 1 second left, and Randall throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Anthony Edwards out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Reed. Then it's Joe Ingles, and it's Clark in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. The tray. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards got his 5th rebound in this one. Clark against Caruso. Edwards looking it over. Beyond the arc. Wiggins with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Over in the corner, Caruso. pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Mike Conley's checked in for Minnesota. Dort, he's checked in for the Thunder. Bounce pass from Clark. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's good on the three ball. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter. And an important part of every team's game. And we'll look at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, they continue to take advantage on the offensive glass. Those extra possessions paying off in second chance points.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Dort. He's off on the first. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Then for the Thunder, Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chad Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And Jalen Williams is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Outside Williams. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Pass to Holmgren. It's stolen by Randle. And now the Timberwolves on the break. 3-pointer. Another miss by Minnesota. The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. For 3, Holmgren. Randle grabs the board. And Randle has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. Edwards inside. He's guarded by Williams. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Michael Conley. Gobert with a screen on Dort. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
It's Gobert showing some guts on that one. With that win, a good bet to get off a good look in that crucial moment.
A floater. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Williams. And that one is off. Gobert with the defensive effort. That's a 2 from Randle. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
The kick out to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Stolen by Dort. Holmgren in the post. Randle on him.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. No good from outside. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Dort. To take the lead. No good on the shot. Randle against Dort. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Gobert. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the length of Gobert can be so difficult to deal with. And that's why you have to be physical with him on defense.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Caruso's checked in. A About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They set the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. It falls!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Caruso with the steal. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game.
He had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Money!
I'll tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. To force OT. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed.
take a look at this matchup. Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point. From downtown. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
A physical guard who plays with no fear. Holiday doesn't get to the line as often as you think.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Conley with the ball, guarded now by Holiday. Outside for Randall. Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
The kick to Tatum. Fires the 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Randall, pass to McDaniels. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. And just about a minute into this first quarter. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him about the star power that they're up against tonight, and he said, quote, "I'm not worried about the highlight reel plays. I'm worried about the relentless nature of that team over there. And the ringleader is Drew Holiday. He plays every possession on both ends of the floor."
Okay, thank you, Allie. Tatum finds Brown. Holiday against McDaniels. There's Tatum with the 3. No good on the shot. Minnesota's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. For 3, Randall nails it from 3. Randall's got 6.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Tatum way outside. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. For 3, Randall. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
When you have Randall on your team, he'll space out that floor.
The kick out to White. Outside, Brown. Outside, Holiday. Outside, Tatum. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Edwards. Randall deciding where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Celtics trail by 3. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
That won't go either for Randall. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple.
Brown showing the quick release with the pull-up there.
Over to the wing. Back to Conley. Randall against Tatum. Shoots. And it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And it's Tatum missing.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Tatum, a screen on McDaniels. The shot by Holiday, no good. Minnesota has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Randall. The kick out to Edwards. Randall with it. Picked up by Tatum. 2 points. That one goes. Randall's got 13 now.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Porzingis misses. Minnesota leading by 4. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley. A big group substitution here for Boston. Cornette's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Holiday. Here's Pritchard. Brown with a screen, looking to win the run. Pritchard, no good. 27 seconds left in the first. Here's Randall. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Here's Pritchard. Drops in the 3. 12 seconds left in the opening quarter. Randall outside. Reed sets a screen. Randall with another miss. What a performance for Julius Randall. He has been the story for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was dominant. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Miller in at power forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves. From the wing, Reed can't hit. Boston trailing. Pass to Hauser. This one for 3. The kick to Tatum. There's the 3. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Ooh, ripped away. The steal. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. There's Tatum with the 3. Sinks it. Now 2 of 7 on the night. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
Yeah, on top of that, they've been resourceful defensively, generating scoring opportunities by forcing turnovers.
Minnesota again missing. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul. And Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert comes in for Miller. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Craig. And the basket by Holiday.
And I really like Holiday's shot selection. It's fun watching him measure defenses and catch them off guard.
Here's Edwards. The kick out to Conley. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Julius Randle's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. There's Tatum with the 3. And Tatum drills the 3.
An accurate shooter from distance. Tatum's teammates want him to keep looking to pull the trigger.
For 3, Randall. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
That's how you up the ante that team. Come right back at them.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And he elevates for the jam. Jason Tatum on the receiving end.
Oh, Randall put some extra on that slam, entertaining the fans and the broadcasters.
Kick out to Brown. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Anthony Edwards. Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Shot clock at 5. Outside Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Boston making a switch here. Cornette's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 3. DiVincenzo finds Randall. They get it back. 51 seconds left in the half. That one's good. This game is all even. Randall's got 8 here in this quarter.
Yeah, excellent work in pick and roll. Now, Randall looking crafty at creating for himself there.
White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Randall. Three-pointer. Holiday grabs the miss. Boston leading by 3. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Hits the trifecta. White's got 6.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Randall left side. Conley, a screen on Porzingis. Randall, pass to Gobert. Randall inside. The kick out to Conley. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Conley's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Boston out in front, leading by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Julius Randle has been sensational.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the floor for Boston. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at center. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
For the lead. Rebounded by the Celtics. And here's Brown for 3. The open shot, White. Money from the wing. White's got 8 points.
The unique perspective of a big. Porzingis has great awareness and the ability to easily find the open man.
Randall, good.
Can't ask for a cleaner look than that, and he'll make you pay.
Stolen by Conley. McDaniels with it. Now guarded by White. And it's Randall with the jam. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. White for 3. And Conley grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
For 3, Randall. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
They kick it out to Porzingis. Pass to White. They need this. Sinks the tray. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And you got to have some confidence to fire back like that. Randall with no shortage of confidence.
A kick out to White. Puts up a three. And again, Boston with the triple. And the league is cut down on back-to-backs, but some pushback for a surprising reason. Richard, teams need multiple days off in order to practice.
Yeah, that's right. With only 1 day off between games, teams don't usually practice on those off days. It's not as simple as it looks.
Randall finds Edwards. Clock at 6. Edwards a screen on Tatum. Here's Randall. Rebound Boston. Outside Holiday. The three. Knocks down the triple. Holiday's got 12 points in the game.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
For three, Randall. It's hauled in by White. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They lead by 1. It's Brown on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Here's Randall. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Randall's got 39.
Striking as fast as he can. Randall catches the defense unprepared with the pull-up.
White, the pass to Porzingis. Randall against Holiday. Randall's got room. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now. Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
Brown against Randall. Shoots over Brown. Randall can't hit. Boston trailing. Tatum passes to Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. 6 points for him.
He can do a lot with the ball, but Brown is just as good playing off the ball. He's always ready to catch and fire.
Launches a three. Randall can't hit. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 12 shots to drop in the third. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. It's an even 3-on-3 break. From behind the arc. Porzingis grabs the board. And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Here's Randall. There's the drive. Oh, easy 2 for Gobert.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. It's the Celtics. They lead by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. We've got Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Anthony Edwards. Nas Reed out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup from Minnesota.
You got to bring more muscle if you want to stop Edwards from scoring. He's gifted at converting through contact.
The Timberwolves trail. Reed for 3. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Garza's checked in for Minnesota. 4-3. Edwards can't hit.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
for three, DiVincenzo, and the three-pointer goes. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Also, guys, they put in maximum effort on the offensive glass. Great determination to follow shots and not giving up on the possessions.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Here's Pritchard. DiVincenzo covering. Again, the miss by Boston.
Another miss from him, struggling to find his rhythm.
Pass to Garza. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Torrey Craig. That's his first foul. Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. The Celtics also with a sub. Holiday's checked in for Craig. And they're pushing it up. Here's Hauser. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Hauser's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Ingles from outside. Cranes the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Tatum passes to Hauser. Back to Pritchard. Tatum, a screen on Conley. Pass to Hauser. Oh, it's stolen. Puts up a deep three. Boston with a rebound. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Horford, a screen on Edwards. Outside Tatum, from outside the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Ingles finds Reed. Back to Ingles. Here's Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Hauser grabs the board. Outside Tatum. There's the triple. A rebound by Ingles.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Edwards, pass to Conley. Now Reed. Outside, Ingles. 6 to shoot. Pass to Reed. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Edwards looking for an opening. Edwards on the move. Right side Reed. The three is up. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Ingles. And McDaniels is subbed in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Minnesota making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Holiday, a screen on Edwards. White, the pass to Tatum. Outside White. 6 on the shot clock. Holiday from long range. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Edwards, a pass to Randle. The three ball. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Pass to Holiday. From deep three-point range. Yes! And that one brings them within 1.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Randle, pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Randle. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Holiday. Porzingis with it. Kick out to Brown. White for 3. The 3 won't fall. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a... Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.
When you talk about this matchup, what stands out the most to you?
Well, the amount of stars that both of these teams have accumulated, that gets me pretty excited. And these are the type of games that for fans, they love to see the star power shine. And you never know, that expected greatness could be on display for us here tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Chet Holmgren. Brown wide open, he fires. And the 3 off target. Here's Oklahoma City for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Now let's go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Mark Dagnall. David?
Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that and force Tatum to shoot more from outside, they feel relatively good about the chances. Back to you.
Thank you, David.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
They get it back. Pass to Holmgren. And Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Porzingis with the steal. Pulls up for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. The Thunder have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Williams with a clean look. They get the rebound. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
White dishes to Tatum. From downtown, basket good.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
The Thunder shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Williams from outside, good on the three-point shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Holiday. Tatum against Holmgren. Back to Tatum. The three-pointer is right on target. Tatum's got 5 now.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Caruso, a screen on Brown. Williams inside the line. No good there. Some solid defense from Brown. The Celtics have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. He's listed at 6'5", but Brent, Jalen Williams seems so much bigger than that on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, one of those guys that has more presence on the floor than the measurements you look at on paper. This guy plays bigger. He's got a great frame. He's got great strength. He's got great poise. And there are a lot of people who are going to recognize just how talented Jalen is.
Here's Brown after Oklahoma City gets the 3. And it's off from three-point range. Wallace, the pass to Caruso. The 3. The rebound by the Celtics. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard, covered by Wiggins. Here's Pritchard. A three-pointer off the mark. On the wing, Wallace. Lets the 3 fly. That one doesn't drop. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. The second quarter coming up right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Williams at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. Now, here's Tatum. He has 5. From the arc. There's Tatum's range on display.
And I tell you what, Tatum is proving to be an all-around scorer of the basketball. He can do it all.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. Over Wallace. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the wing. A wide open look here for Caruso. Off target from three-point range. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Tatum's shot is off. Oklahoma City leading by 3. There's the triple. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good on the assist by Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9. Boston is gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. A 3 from Tatum. Tatum with another miss.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Great positioning on the putback. Caruso's got the lead up to 8 now for the Thunder.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
The 3 from Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And Frank, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
From deep three-point land, the Thunder pull it in. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. The tray. Tatum with another miss. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Caruso. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. Make that pass in his sleep.
And Tatum launches it from deep. Tatum with another miss.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Offensive rebound from deep. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Pass to Pritchard. Takes the 3. Wiggins with the rebound. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Celtics trail by 14. There's the 3. Connects from three-point range. The Thunder have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Got it off in time. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
What a grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance to give his team the momentum right before the buzzer.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at point guard.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Oklahoma City leading by 14. Here's Hartenstein. The Thunder with another miss. For Boston, they've gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. Holiday gets the bucket.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Flagler's checked in. Now here's Brown. A three from Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Porzingis has got it back down to single digits for the Celtics. Here's Flagler. Takes a three. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow. Thank you for the report. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Flagler. Shoots the three. And Boston with the rebound. Brown feeling it out a bit. Porzingis finds Holiday. The fadeaway. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Flagler. Porzingis with the block.
Well, Porzingis, the height, the reach, just overpowering.
The three from Tatum. Boston again missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Now here is Holiday. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The kick out to Tatum. Trying to find Porzingis. Gets it to him. Just 3 to shoot. Over in the corner, Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Thunder leading by 10. Here's Flagler. The Thunder with another miss.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Well, when Porzingis has an active and confident stroke, he can be dangerous from 3.
Flagler gets the bucket. Celtics trail by 9. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Offline with his 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Outside Williams. Oh, good on the triple. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points and stolen by Williams.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. For the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Tatum's got 14.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Alex Caruso out there with Williams. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Jang in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep three-point land, it's hauled in by Cornette. Celtics trail by 6. And here's Tatum for 3. Oh, Tatum from way outside.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Caruso. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Nobody near Williams. Misses the 3. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. 6 to shoot. Hauser misses.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Celtics trail by 9. Tatum with the screen on Wallace. A new 14 for Boston. Oklahoma City's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Jones checked in for Oklahoma City. Wiggins comes in for Kenrich Williams. Boston also with the sub. Davison's checked in. The Celtics have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. From outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Davison's got his first 3 points of the game.
Pretty much no one's going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
And there's the foul. It's on Peyton Pritchard. That's his first foul. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in for Jones. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams is checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Williams sets a screen for Holmgren. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 assists in the game. Now here is Holiday. Tatum kicks to White. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Thunder leading by 9. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on White.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
The 3-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Now the Thunder with it. They're on a 12-3 run. Jones from outside. Offensive rebound. Fires for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Jones has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Thunder.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Holmgren with the steal. Here's Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries the spin move. Launches a 3. And Boston with the rebound. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here's Porzingis. Back to Brown. Now here's Tatum. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Substitution on the court.
Williams for three. Missed. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage.
this one as I am. Some of the league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. Good on the shot.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Counted from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Randle deciding where to go with it. The 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Recognizes the fast break opportunity and takes full advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid feel for the game.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Yeah, you know, he's evolving his offense over time, Julius Randle, and I think the coaching staff is happy to see it. They like to see him take and make these shots.
Now here's Hartenstein for 3. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Dort with a steal. Fires it. Offensive board. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the 3. Oklahoma City gets it back. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Mark Daigneault gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said, he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Edwards finds Randle. Let's go with a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Randle outside. Minnesota again missing.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with him. It's a tough day so far.
All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, BA. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 7. Edwards against Dort. 3-pointer. And Edwards good for 3.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort, and Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Caruso, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Alexander Walker's checked in. Here's Williams. Pass to Dort. They still need this. Sends it home from three-point land.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
McDaniels from long range.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Williams from long range. Caruso outside. Jacks up a 3. Hits the three-pointer.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
McDaniels with it. Caruso covers. Pass to Conley. Down low. And stolen by Williams. Caruso, the open look. Cash money on the open jump shot. Caruso's got 5 now.
He is such a smart player. Jalen Williams making people around him better.
Randall outside. Conley passes to Gobert. Second shot opportunity. Oh, sweet move. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Joe's checked in for Dort. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Williams.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Pass to Gobert with the drive. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. Here's Williams. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
On the court for the Timberwolves, we've got Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Miller in at the 4. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc. SGA from distance.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, BA. That's the name of their fan base. And yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's scoreless. The ball's knocked loose. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Joe on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Buries it from 3.
Well, DiVincenzo knows how to create for himself. Finds an opening and quickly takes advantage.
To the inside. And he's going for the lob. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And he hits it to tie the game.
You know, the defense locks so much into Edwards that it creates opportunities for others.
DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Joe. Wiggins outside. There's a screen. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. They get it again.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Outside Joe. 1:56 left in the first half of this game.
Well, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Edwards looking for an opening. Pass to Reed. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Alexander Walker, the pass to DiVincenzo. Right side Edwards. Pass to Reed. Uncovered. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Outside Joe. The 3 is up. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Reed can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Wiggins with a screen on Edwards. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
The kick out to Edwards. Pass to Reed. 19 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Outside, Williams. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their play has earned them a nice lead, one they'll look to build on as the game continues. We'll be right back. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half. A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves trail by 8. McDaniels from long range. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves shooting at 45% of the game so far. Gobert. He's off on the layup. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. Dort for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Thunder leading by 8. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by McDaniels. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Takes a 3. He can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 8. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
And the shot goes down. Gobert's got 5.
From in close, it's game over when Gobert has the ball.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Here's Randle following the bucket by Oklahoma City. Up top, Holmgren. He's guarded by Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer, and he'll head to the line.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
And the second free throw is good. And he makes all three.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Edwards. Randall, the pass to Edwards. Anthony Edwards rains one in.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Lets it go from the wing. Oklahoma City, the rebound. And there's a 3-second violation. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Caruso is checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for McDaniels. For Minnesota, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. For 3, Randall. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. Thunder leading by 5. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. Pass to Dort. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's DiVincenzo. For 3, Randall. The Thunder with the rebound. Caruso's got 4 rebounds in the game. Dort for 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Now just a 2-point Thunder lead.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Minnesota's gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Randall against Williams. Randall, the pass to Gobert. Oh, ferocious from Gobert.
Throwing it down. Gobert using all of his height there.
Pass to Dort. And here's Caruso. Beyond the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Caruso's got 8.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
And here's Edwards outside. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds now. Outside, Williams. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter here. 5 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Randall pulls down the board.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now here's Gobert. He's got 7. Randall can't hit. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. Launches it, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 4.
And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 6. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. We've got Edwards, Naz Reid out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Clark in at the 3. Ingles, good.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Williams from long range. Doesn't go that time. Timberwolves trail by 6. And now the T-Wolves on the break. DiVincenzo, pass to Edwards. Here's Clark. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
And even from where we're sitting, you can clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Mitchell's checked in for Oklahoma City. Conley's checked in for Minnesota. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Outside Mitchell. Takes the 3. Drills it from deep. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Left side Conley. From deep. Here's Edwards. Kicks it out to Clark. Reed passes to Clark. On the take. Some solid defense from Williams.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Wiggins with a screen on DiVincenzo. Offensive rebound. The fadeaway. And it's Williams with the bucket inside.
As usual, terrific effort from him. Unwilling to let the possession go to waste.
And here's Edwards outside. Williams grabs the board.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
From deep, Mitchell. Minnesota with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Conley, he's open. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
Anthony Edwards.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Joe with the ball. DiVincenzo picks him up. Williams on the wing. Puts up a 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first. Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Williams finds Wiggins. Stolen by Reed. Pass to DiVincenzo. Reed a screen on Caruso. Outside Reed. Shot clock at 6. No good from outside. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the 4th. Right side Joe. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. 13 feet out. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here we go, 1-on-1. DiVincenzo, the pass to Conley. Clark outside. Pass to Edwards. Clark with the screen. 3-pointer. The Thunder pull it in. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. The 3 from Mitchell. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Williams. Let's go with a 3. And it's Mitchell, that time on the assist from Williams. Mitchell's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Well, you know, that last 3 got DiVincenzo fired up now. He had to respond. He goes to the arc to shoot back with one of his own triples.
It's scooped up. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this 4th quarter. The Thunder with the rebound. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Joe. Here's Wiggins. Outside Joe. DiVincenzo with the steal. Edwards finds Conley. Clark outside. Launches it. Back to DiVincenzo. Just 5 on the clock. Off the mark there with a 3. DiVincenzo with a steal. Edwards against Mitchell. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his 3rd foul so far.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Fader on the way. No good there. And so the Thunder take the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory.
Go.